College of Business Administration, and you're here for the Career Readiness Certificate Celebration for International Students. Now, some of you know what that is. Some of you maybe have heard of it. Some of you may have no idea what it is. So this year, I just started with Career Services here at the College of Business, and we know we have a lot of international students, and we wanted to make sure that we were preparing them to go out and find a job. And so we've developed the Career Readiness Certificate as a way to do that. Students, I'll tell you more about it as we go on, but why would we need something like this in the College of Business? Why do we need to prepare international students more than just what they get in the classroom? Well, we have over 500 international students in the College of Business, and with 3,000 students in the College of Business, that's a large percentage. And it's even 25% of all the students on campus are international students. So we have this very large population. They're coming here and they're getting academically prepared, but are they really getting the information they need to know to go out and find a job? International students have a harder time with that than any other students. Why? Language barriers, cultural differences, visa issues, country stereotypes, small networks, and sometimes a lack of support. We cannot battle all of these issues, but we can do some things, and that's what the CRC intends to do. So what you had to do to be a part of the CRC, you had to be an international student, that makes sense, and you had to fill out an application. For the application, you had to submit a resume. Now, I didn't care if it was a good resume, it didn't have to be perfect, I just wanted to know what were you involved in, what were you already doing. And then you had to fill out the application. And the main component of the application was, why do you want to participate in the CRC? We want to make sure students in the program are really dedicated. So the 6 students we have in the program did an excellent job. They could either make a 2-minute video explaining why they wanted to be a part of the CRC, or they could write an essay. And they convinced me and the others that they should be a part of this process. Now, this was a not-for-credit certificate, and it's awarded from Career Services at CBN. So the requirements. Now we get these 6 students in the program. What do they have to do once they're in it? Well, they had to meet with me one-on-one to review their LinkedIn profile, because so much of getting a job is who you know. And it can be harder for international students to know people since they're not from here. So having LinkedIn, having that presence is very important. We went through different checklists of what they should do so they could build it, making sure they had a good picture, they had a strong headline, they had a summary, they had all of their experience from their resume on there, and that they started building those connections. The second thing they had to do is they had to have some sort of involvement. This could be volunteering, or it could be joining a club or organization or taking a leadership role. 5 of the students did the big event. We went and we cleaned up a yard. Right here on the right is Gail. She was the ladies whose house we cleaned up. And for many of the students, this was their first experience volunteering. And we cleaned up this yard. There was lots of leaves and things. We found a snake skin. It was very interesting. But it was a great experience to go out into the community and give back. Another of our students took a leadership role in an organization and was able to help with an event. Third component, conversation partners. Many of you that are here today are those very conversation partners. We partnered with the CBA Honors Academy and said, are there any students who want to get this global experience to connect with some international students to help them? So they had to meet at least twice, and we're going to get to meet all of them today, and so you'll hear a little bit more about that. But this is the idea. We want them to, all of our international students, to really start to learn about the American culture. And what better way than to talk to people about it who are from America. And so getting those connections, meeting those people. And then there were the workshops. Now, these workshops are to build on prep. For those of you who don't know, Professional Enhancement Program is a new curriculum addition to the College of Business. So starting this fall, we have all of our students have to take 4 one-credit-hour classes and pass them on career preparation. Biz Ed 111, which used to be 101, is the business leadership development, finding out about the majors, learning about your strengths. Phys Ed 222, career development and planning. That's where we go through and research careers, find out what are the jobs out there, what do you want to do? And then you build a resume, you meet with a career coach. Phys Ed 333, job search strategies. That's where you learn, how do I go about finding a job? How do I make a cover letter? And then 444 is that senior level class of going out into the real world and learning, how do I conduct a meeting? How do I figure out my insurance and my 401k and all that confusing stuff? So we have that now for every single College of Business student. It's great. But we knew that our international students might need a little bit more. So that's where the CRC comes in. First workshop we did, career and life goal assessment. All the students met and we said, what do you want to do? What are your goals now in college? What are your goals going to be once you get out of college? What type of job do you want? What do you want your life to be? Do you want to live in the U.S. for a long term? Do you want to go back to your home country? Before you can know what the path is, you have to know what you want the end goal to be. So we did that. Then it was involvement. We brought in the director of student involvement and the director of the Center for Civic Engagement to talk about how to get involved on campus. That's where we learned about the big event. We talked about if we want to start our own organization, how do we do that? And some of our students were inspired, which you'll hear more about. Resumes, cover letters, a key component to finding a job, making sure that that document is polished. So learning more of the basics, covering for an international student, what do you have to do, what's different, what do they do in your own country that we don't do here in the U.S.? Building confidence. One of the hardest things about being an international student is knowing all of the rules and regulations. And if you're not confident in it, how is an employer supposed to be confident? If they've never hired an international student before, but they're wowed by you, they don't know how to do OPT. If you can explain that to them, you're going to have a better chance at getting that job. So we brought in the director of International Student and Scholar Office to talk about those rules and regulations, and we practice and role play. How do we have those conversations in an interview and with an employer? Networking. So much easier said than done, going out and actually meeting people. We brought in 2 international students, one alum who's working here in Lincoln, one who works in career services, to talk about what did they do for networking? What are the challenges that they have? That was a really, really, really great workshop because we were able to ask questions I myself can't answer because I don't have the same shared experience. But these other students could. Communication skills, maybe one of the funnest of the workshops. We worked on just talking to each other. We stood at the end of the hallway, had to carry on a conversation, which everyone was very nervous to do. We played catchphrase. How do you know, just getting those communication skills, playing games, speaking in English, making sure that was strong. Because before you can work on interviewing and going out and network, you have to have very strong communication skills. And then the interviewing, we talked about what the do's and the don'ts of the interviews, questions to expect and how to answer them, and then practice answering questions with each other. And then finally, job search strategies. What are the resources our international students can use to help them find jobs? What are resources that they can go out and find to see, my job search is going to be different than American students? Where can I find those resources? So just some pictures of our experiences. To assess this, I had the higher score assessment. This is a self-assessment that I had my students fill out before we started the program. Now, I didn't know how well this would assess or if it would change much. As you can see on here, a GPA, the CRC can't really help with that. Getting an internship, this was a 10-week program, so I thought, I don't know if this will change at all. I'm going to have them do it before and after to see. And I was so surprised to see everyone increase their higher score. Some people by 1, some by 7.5. So on a 10-point scale, from doing the CRC, pre and post test shows that the students feel more confident, that they have done things to make them feel like they're more hireable. Most of our points came from interviewing skills, resume quality, and that social media, which are 3 huge components to getting a job. So hopefully everyone feels, and I think, that the CRC was successful, which is great because we want to continue it. This year was really that pilot version, doing 6 students, seeing what worked and what didn't. In the future, we're going to try to go 15 to 20 students, so we can really have a large impact. So thank you to everyone who participated. I hope that it was great for you. It was great for me. I learned so much, and I had lots of fun. I wanted to mention, I'm very excited. Now, I don't know if we're going to keep Business International Student Association, but May, who is in the CRC, said, you know what, Sarah, the CRC has been great. I want to continue this. How do I do that? And we learned about how to start a student organization, and that's what you said you wanted to do. A student organization in CBA for international students who want to have that continual career development, that professional development. And so she is in the process, along with some of the other CRC members, of starting a student organization just for that. So new students coming in can get into this group. Students that have been through the CRC can be leaders of this group. I'm very, very excited, and I think it just shows the success of the program that we already are doing things and changing this culture to make sure that our students are not only academically prepared, but they're prepared for that career. So congratulations, well done, and cheers. You've all done it, you've completed it, and so now is the good part. One of the tasks for our conversation partners and our CRC students was that at this celebration, they would have to introduce each other to us. And so they won't just be standing up here. I said, be creative. And so now we get to see that creativity. So, first we have Dean and Alex.
Okay, so I guess I'll just kind of start us off real quick. I'm just going to throw it out there. When she said we had to be creative, that really wasn't my thing. I'm currently studying to be an actuary, if that gives you any idea of my creativity levels. So when Dean said, let's make a movie, I was like, sounds good to me. We'll see how this goes. Got together one afternoon, and this is what we came up with.
Hello everybody.
Hey.
Hello everybody.
Hey.
I'm first introduce him. And this guy is Alex Kasuka, and he is from Waukesha, Wisconsin. And he has several hobbies. Include watching TV, any kind of watching the movies, any kind of movies, and the sport part, especially for soccer, and playing ping pong ball with me, yeah. And he's freshman and actual science major, and he will have the first exam for his major in the fall semester, so it's very nervous and exciting. So, and after that, he will have a plan to study abroad at Italy. So, hopefully we will have a good travel there.
Okay, so just a little bit about me. This guy next to me is Ding Jing. His hometown is Chongqing, China. He's got a couple hobbies as well. He enjoys playing the saxophone, and he also likes playing some sports. He swims, and like we said before, he likes some ping pong, so we had a lot of fun doing that. He is a senior at UNL. He is a finance major, and this summer he is looking forward to an internship he has with Option Monster, a company in Chicago. So that's very fun and exciting. I'm sure he's looking forward to that. Past that, he's applied to grad school for actuarial science at UNL, and he's waiting to hear back from there. So lots of exciting stuff going on for him in the near future.
So when we first meet, Austin is a ping pong boy at the rec center. I think he is very good at studying how to play this game, and it's very fun. And even though we can't beat the VP one, she's very good at it. And I got to beat her twice, but now Alex, he can't beat her.
I'm not so good at ping pong. It's fun, but not very good at it.
But he's good nerve there.
The second time we got together, we met for lunch and we went to China Buffet here in Lincoln. He showed me a couple tasty meals and stuff. So I had some egg soup, which was really good. Had some barbecue sauce for my Chinese food, plate of Chinese food, which was very good as well. And then, of course, no matter where you come from, you gotta love ice cream, so we finished off with some ice cream. Highlight of the meal was he actually succeeded in teaching me how to use chopsticks. I've had a couple people try to pass, but no one ever succeeded, so he was actually able to, so I was quite surprised with that.
So this is the end of the semester. That means it's also the end of this program. And first, I'm very thankful for the program, and it helped me a lot, especially for the job part and the second. So I'm very glad to meet Alex. And I think he's very nice and very kind. He didn't think that I'm a Chinese boy or the international student, but he's very kind and he talks a lot to me, and I'm very prayer and thankful. And after that, I will need to thank anybody comes to our meeting and have this celebrate with us, and also for Sarah, I'm very thankful for her, and she helps me a lot along my career.
I'd just like to second what Dean said. Thank Sarah first, because she set up this whole program, and it's been a very nice experience. Coming into it, I was a little bit nervous that it'd be kind of hard to kind of talk and get that kind of back and forth going with your partner, but Dean is very friendly, very social, very funny, and it was just a great experience all around.
I didn't even pay them to say all that nice stuff. Okay, next, you came on. Which one is it? It's this one? No, I think it's.
This is Melinda Eichenberger.
Okay, so we went the route of kind of like a commercial for each other. So I did a commercial about you, and he kind of did a commercial about me, introducing each other. So that's what we did.
This is Melinda Eichenberger. She's from Arapahoe, Nebraska. She has 2 brothers and 1 sister. She has a beautiful smile, and and her smile makes everybody happy and make their day. And she is a master of vineyard. and that's why she's majoring in agribusiness. And she's also an ambitious entrepreneur. She wants to make vineyard bigger and grow much bigger in the future. Also, the last thing, the best part is she's a hard worker. As honor student, she has a lot of assignments or tons of works to do. And she said she had like 7 stuffs to do for this whole week. But she's working so hard, and I know she will go through everything and she'll finish and she'll be fine. So just hang in there. So, and the last thing, the funny part of Melinda. Although she's a hard worker and she's very ambitious and all of good things, but she's a bad driver. So bad. One time she ran over a gas meter and she didn't even notice. She heard some gas sound, like leaking sound, but she didn't even notice. Oh well. And the other time she forgot which pedal was gas or brake, and she just pressed the gas pedal, and she actually ran over neighbor's front yard. Oh my gosh, Melinda. Oh, this is for Melinda. So funny. Melinda is one of a kind. Don't miss your chance to become friends with her.
So get to know me. So this is Yoo-hee Kang. She's from Ulsan, Korea. She has one younger brother and a younger sister, so she's the oldest. Some things about Yoo-hee, she's very artistic, so she loves drawing and painting. Very creative, which is the reason why she's a marketing major. She's friendly. Every time I get to see Yoo-hee, she always introduces me to all of her friends around her. And another nice thing is she's always very encouraging. So, funny things about Yoo-hee, even though she's 22, you can't tell when she's watching little kid movies because she enjoys them so much and she becomes kind of childish.
Yeah, I laugh a lot.
And another thing is she's forgetful, very forgetful. So, Yoo-hee Kang is one of a kind. Don't miss your chance to become friends with her or you will regret it. So, get to know me.
May and Eric.
Well, we have a good news for you, because we will give a short presentation if you have been already from it.
We're not very creative accounting majors, or sort of. So,
Okay, well.
great one. Yeah, so Katie and Katie, sorry. Go. Just getting ahead of myself. Oh. I'm not good at computers. Okay, so this is Lena, and we met a couple of times. We were both really busy over the semester, so we weren't able to meet a lot. But we both went somewhere cool over spring break, so that's what we want to talk about. This is Lena. She's from China, and she's majoring in accounting. Her favorites are K-pop, which is Korean pop music, and she likes Korean food and Chinese food. I do too. Her dream is to travel around the world. We both share that passion. And that's kind of why we're talking about where we went over spring break. Over spring break, she went to Orlando, and she got to go to Disney World, or Land, or whichever one's down there, World. She also went to Key West with her friend who's here with us. They loved the beach. It was one of her favorite parts of being down there. So she went to Disneyland, where dreams come true. I've personally never been there, so she got to tell me about how wonderful it is. This is her. This is her favorite hat. You can't really see it because it's kind of dark behind it, but that was her favorite hat down there. And then that's her in front of the Cinderella Palace, I guess. And she loved Epcot. I've heard so many great things about Epcot, and so she talked to me about Epcot. And this is her with Goofy and with Mickey, her two favorite Disney characters. And yeah.
And this is Katie, and she went to the
Lima, Peru.
And she's a marketing major and it's in here and from Lincoln, Nebraska, and she moved to Cal Omega and CBO of Medical Medical and NHR. And she went to Lima. This is medical mission trip through the MedLife, and 45 US students went there. And she worked medical clients and very hard work teaching kids how to brush their teeth. And she also helped build staircase and helped paint the staircase. And at the end of the week, the communicated through them to the party to thank them. I think it's funny. And during the whole spring break, she said the favorite part is she can meet new people and make friends, and the experience of helping others and also exploring in other countries. Thank you.
Okay, now one.
Okay, so we kind of did two different things. I'm a little bit better. We were both going to do PowerPoint, but Juan's a little nervous about talking in front of groups, and I have no problem doing that, so I kind of stuck with the PowerPoint, and Juan has a video later. But my partner was Juan. She's from, I've been practicing. She's from Wuhan, Hubei, China. And, when we met, I think 3 times total. Once went to Starbucks with a couple other of the kids in the group. Went chilled at the Union for a little bit, and then in the library. But a few things about Juan is she's an only child. We just kind of did fun facts about each other. Her favorite print is cheetah. She likes all sorts of food, but she ended up picking Red Lobster as her favorite, and all types of music. She enjoys ping pong, which I heard she beat them.
Yeah.
Totally.
We said that in our presentation.
Yes.
That was me, that's
Yeah, she just wanted me to point that out again. And then her favorite types of movies are scary movies. I didn't know how to get a picture for a scary movie, so I just put a scary movie on. And she's also going to be doing an internship in Chicago, which will be cool, because she'll be right by me. And then she loves cheesecake, and she's a finance and accounting major. And fun fact, when she was emailing, I was texting. I said the word gross in the context, like it's gross, wake me up in the morning, and now she knows you can use gross in that context. Not just when something's gross. So, we learned all sorts of new things. And then,
teacher partner through this meeting. Her name is Kelly. She's from Naperville, Illinois, which is about 40 minutes west to Chicago. As a freshman in the CPA Academic Honors Program, majoring in Readiness and minoring in Accounting and Economics, Kelly has been working really hard for all her classes. This summer, she's going to spend 4 weeks in Italy for the Chiba Study Abroad program. Kelly is a student athlete as well. She is on the UNL soccer team. She started playing soccer at a really young age, so it is definitely her favorite sport. She is also an active member in AOI, which is the non-academic sorority on campus. She enjoys all her involvements. Besides this, Tiffany blue is her favorite color. She has 3 siblings, 2 elder brothers and 1 twin sister. Mike is 26 years old, and he's trying to be a high school teacher and a football coach in Illinois. Jeff is 23. He is getting his PhD in logic at UCLA. He graduated from college with a triple major degree, so definitely a super smart guy. Molly, her twin sister, is studying nursing at Illinois State. She's on the swim and dive team, so an athletic person as well. They are all very competitive, which makes the Easter icon is still one of the most popular annual events in her family. We have been meeting once a couple weeks throughout this semester, and I enjoy talking with Kelly a lot. She always has a positive attitude in everything she does. I really appreciate Sarah for initiating this CRC so that I could have the chance to meet with Kelly and all those amazing people in the program. CRC has helped me get more prepared to start my career in the US, and I wish I could have joined CRC at an earlier stage so that I could have more time to take those strategies into action while I'm still in school. But I believe it is not too late yet. With the skills I've developed throughout this program, I'm feeling more confident with my career. A big thanks to Sarah again, and thanks everyone for coming and joining us to the celebration.
Last but not least, young people.
I love Percy's, okay? I've done a couple presentations with Kelly, and I always end up with Percy. I don't know why, but. All right. So we only got to meet a couple times because we're both really busy, and she is a member of like the Malaysian student organization. Okay, and she was the one that Sarah was talking about, got to run events, and it was really cool. Fortunately, it was like a lunch money, so I couldn't being a college student. All right, but Yang Kui is from Puchong, Malaysia, and she is an actuarial science major. Her favorite thing about being in the U.S. is all the happy, smiling people. Her favorite food is chocolate. Yeah. Okay. And when I asked her if I could cook it, because I love to cook, she told me apparently it takes like 2 days. So no. Her favorite color is gold.
So now I'm going to introduce my conversation partner. She is Katie Hui, and she's from Belleville, Nebraska. And her major is supply chain and human resource management. The things she likes about the United States is the patriotism. And her favorite food is her great-grandmother's spaghetti. Yeah, it looks good, right? And her favorite color is green.
We do have a couple things in common though.
The first one is the color. We both like purple.
And then our favorite animal are both dolphins. And so we did get together,
Yep.
we got to take a picture.
This is the first meeting. Yeah, we went to the East Union to have a dinner and some. The East Union ice cream, which is very good. Yeah.
And that's
students with their certificate. It is signed by myself and the dean, Donnie Plowman, so you all have that. And then afterwards, we do have some beverages and a few snacks set up if you want to. Go on out there, say congratulations to all the students, stick around for as long as you want to, and just do that, and then we'll be done. Okay. Ding.